What is up, guys? My name is Ryan618 on the Ryan618 Forever channel, and this is my WWE Raw review for April 1st, 2013, the final Raw before WrestleMania 29 kicks off live in Washington, D.C. Let's get things started. We have John Cena opens up Monday Night Raw, vows to beat The Rock at WrestleMania 29. We have a lot of boos from Cena, even though King says, a lot of mixed reactions for Cena, when it was more boos than cheers for John Cena live in our nation's capital. Cena during the promo actually gets a chance, gets the boring chance out of nowhere. So this could lead into a potential heel turn for John Cena. I know a lot of people have been saying it. A lot of people have been asking me on Facebook and Twitter saying, Ryan, what do you think about John Cena possibly turning heel after WrestleMania 29 or at WrestleMania 29 or or after WrestleMania 29? And I'm like, you know what? Hey, if he turns heel, he turns heel. Well, I like him. Depends. It depends on how they work the gimmick and all that stuff. But pretty much John Cena says that The Rock's time is up and his time is now. Pretty much what he said a couple of weeks ago on the old school edition of Monday Night Raw. Um, and that'd be pretty much it for that segment. As John Cena would be booed out and pretty much the boring chants would fill the arena in Washington, D.C. Then we have his Big Show, Randy Orton, and Sheamus taking on 3MB. Pretty much a quick victory, a squash match for the team of Big Show, Randy Orton, and Sheamus. The Shield come out saying that how could you guys coexist with each other? You guys are nothing alike, this, and that. And pretty much the Shield could come out with the come out of WrestleMania with the win against this team, as Randy Orton is potentially set to turn heel, as he's wished to turn heel for the past couple of months, even for the past year that Randy Orton has been asking for his character to be, to turn heel. So anyway, guys, the next match we have Daniel Bryan versus Dolph Ziggler. A very good match between these two. These guys can put on a great match when these two are, in the ring together. Pretty much Dolph Ziggler pulls off with the victory as he would roll up Daniel Bryan. It looks like Daniel Bryan kicked out, but apparently the referee counted the three and never saw Daniel Bryan kick out. Big E Langston attacks Daniel Bryan, but then Kane comes to his aid. But out of nowhere, Kane tries for the chokeslam on Big E Langston, but to no avail as Big E Langston takes out Kane as well. So pretty much a bad situation for Team Hell No leading up into WrestleMania 29. Then we have Shawn Michaels comes out, pretty much comes back after a long absence after he had his arm broken by Brock Lesnar back in August of last year. Pretty much says that he'll be in the corner of Triple H at WrestleMania 29. Triple H comes out saying that it's not needed, and he can do this on his own. And Shawn, whatever you do, you're not gonna force me to, get out of this match. And Shawn Michaels says, no, I want you to kick Brock Lesnar's ass. And then the crowd went crazy. Brock Lesnar comes out, pretty much ready to fight, but Paul Heyman, being, saying, oh, my client won't fight tonight. We have our match at WrestleMania 29, yada, yada, yada. And that's pretty much it for that segment between Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and Brock Lesnar. So this time Shawn Michaels will be in the corner of Triple H, as his retirement match will be in a no-holds-barred match against Brock Lesnar this Sunday at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. So that would be it for that segment. Then we have is Wade Barrett versus the Long Island IC Zack Ryder. Pretty much I saw it already coming that Wade Barrett would pull off with the victory, as The Miz would be on commentary. Distracts Wade Barrett halfway through the match to try to get Zack Ryder momentum into the match, but out of nowhere Wade Barrett hits his running elbow to Zack Ryder and pulls off with the victory. Then we have the Santino segment in which Santino tells Vicky Guerrero and Brad Maddox that Vince McMahon is at the arena, that he's pissed and saying that he could possibly fire Vicky Guerrero and Brad Maddox. And pretty much he jokes around saying, oh, and by the way, April Fools. And then Vicky, trying to be, all serious and stuff, she's like, oh yeah, you think that's funny? Well, you have a match up next. So it would be Santino Marella taking on Mark Henry. Mark Henry, of course, pretty much dominates Santino Marella, hitting the world's strongest slam on Santino Marella to get the victory for himself. So Mark Henry looking strong going into WrestleMania to face Ryback, which is going to be one hell of a match. There's been reports saying that they've been facing each other during house shows, and the match hasn't really gone well. So we'll see what happens at Granddaddy of them all this Sunday at WrestleMania between Mark Henry and Sheamus. Then we have Zeb Coulter versus Alberto Del Rio. Pretty much the match was very short, as Zeb Coulter would actually grab Ricardo Rodriguez's crutch and pretty much hit Del Rio multiple times with the crutch, and Jack Swagger grabs the other crutch and pretty much goes on the attack on Alberto Del Rio. and that'll be pretty much it for that. Then we have is The Rock comes out and pretty much Cole announces, or Michael Cole announces that G.I. Joe the movie that The Rock is in is the #1 movie in the world. So congratulations to The Rock or Dwayne Johnson. He's my boy, so he's right over there. But anyway, The Rock cuts a promo. Pretty much the crowd is electric throughout the whole promo. Rocky chants fill up the arena in our nation's capital. He says that there's a connection between him and the audience. Between the People's Champ and the audience. Pretty much that at WrestleMania it's not about redemption. It's about the will of the people. Then we have him saying that how John Cena says, well, his time is now, and then The Rock points out saying that your time is never. Then he said that this Sunday isn't about passing the torch because you're crazy if you think I'm gonna pass the WWE Championship to you. I'd rather burn it, shove it, make it into a fireball and shove it straight up your candy ass. So pretty much that's what The Rock says, and pretty much electrifies us for a couple more minutes, and then would leave. So The Rock versus John Cena 2 looks very good. I can't wait to see it for the second time in a row, the second year in a row. But hey, that's whatever. But anyway, guys, and also it's already been a year since Rock versus Cena 1 happened. So, and I actually saw WrestleMania 28 today. So it was pretty good. But anyway, on behalf of Chris Jericho going up against Antonio Cesaro, Fandango comes out, or Fandango, whatever you want to call him, comes out midway through the match. We have "You Can't Wrestle" chants as Chris Jericho pulls off with the victory, hitting the walls of Jericho on Antonio Cesaro. Cesaro actually taps out very quickly as Jericho applies the walls of Jericho, the Lion Tamer, I should say, or whatever. So pretty much Fandango goes in the attack on Chris Jericho, lands the flying leg drop from the top of the ropes. Does it twice actually. Once with Jericho's head laid back, and once with his face on the floor, or on the mat, I should say. And then pretty much the "You Can't Wrestle" chants fill the arena, and he says, "My name is Fandango." And then we have as an announcement that Stephanie McMahon will be the one to induct the soon-to-be Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. So congratulations to Trish Stratus for being inducted into the Hall of Fame a couple of weeks ago, and also for Stephanie McMahon being the one to induct, the legendary Trish Stratus, one of the greatest divas of all time in my opinion. Then we have the Funkadactyls versus the Bellatons. A pretty good match for the Funkadactyls. Naomi and Cameron, very good match for them. I believe this is their first time wrestling live as the Funkadactyls, as a team. Naomi did a pretty good job of the match. She was part of NXT Season 3 a couple of years ago. So I mean, she did it good. She did like this booty, I want to call it like a booty bounce, like her booty, hit one of the bells in the face. It was kind of funny. But the Bellatons pull off with the victory as Nikki Bella goes for the pinfall on Cameron to get the victory for the Bella Twins. So leading up into WrestleMania, it will be a mixed tag team match with the Funkadactyls and Sweet Ice, aka A-Train or Tensai, and Brodus Clay going up against the team of Team Rhodes Scholars and the Bella Twins. So I can't wait to see that match as well. Then we move on to the final segment of the night, the final, curtain call before WrestleMania 29, the final Raw before WrestleMania 29. We have the Undertaker comes out, cuts a promo, saying that Punk decided to make it personal, and that he will suffer for his consequences, and that he will pay the ultimate price. Out of nowhere, the Undertaker's Druids come out, and after a long time, they have the Druids music playing the whole time. It was getting very weird. Then we have Paul Heyman comes out dressed as Paul Bearer, saying, "Oh yes," like they had an audio of Paul Bearer's voice like from back in 2004. That's pretty much how they ran it. Like at WrestleMania 24, where the Undertaker came back from his Dead Man look, which actually the Undertaker now actually kind of rocks his whole Dead Man look. I mean his Dead Man Ink look, I should say. Like his hair's like starting to grow in on the sides and stuff instead of it all being like right here. So I mean he's looking good. So I mean I have to say the Undertaker's looking very good. I wasn't expecting the Undertaker to come back, but I mean he looks slim, he looks good. And I can't wait to see him face CM Punk at WrestleMania. But going back into the final segment of Monday Night Raw, Punk is disguised as a druid and hits Undertaker multiple times with the urn. Out of nowhere, Punk, takes the top off the urn, and in the urn, of course, is the ashes or the power of the Undertaker, and dumps the ashes all over the Undertaker, pours it all over himself, and that would be pretty much it for Monday Night Raw. So this has been my WWE Raw review for tonight. This is the final Raw before WrestleMania 29. What were your thoughts on on Raw? I think it was a pretty good Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania. The promo with the Rock cut a great promo. John Cena did a pretty good job. The Undertaker's last segment really was a star-studded segment. Um, to end off on Monday Night Raw. So let me know what your thoughts on Monday Night Raw is. What are your thoughts on what do you think is going to happen at WrestleMania 29 between all these matches? Triple H versus Brock Lesnar, Rock versus Cena 2, The Undertaker versus Punk, and any other matches that you want to talk about, leave it in the comments section down below. I would love to have a nice conversation with all you guys out there. And don't be afraid to leave your predictions. And sorry, my Facebook went off for a second. But anyway, so leave me all your questions, and well, not your questions. Well, yeah, actually, leave me your questions for my Q&A video that I'll be doing later on this week. I will also be doing my WrestleMania 29 predictions. So don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter at RyanSues18. All links will be down in the description box down below. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out, guys. Until the next time, and I'll pretty much be doing my Raw, my my WrestleMania 29 predictions later on this week. So until then, guys, I'm out. Peace.